What now? What's this?
Oh, this guy to Steve Schultz. I don't know if you heard of that.
Effective urban renewal TIF. Frozen cost of B.
Well, basically his argument.
Red ink.
Well, his argument is, and there is some validity to do it, is that when they implement urban renewal, what they do is freeze the money that goes to the taxing authorities, like not transit, since they don't get property taxes in general, but like fire and police and all that stuff.
Right. So what does it have to do with TriMet though?
Well, they're using urban renewal for the Milwaukee maps.
Oh. Yeah. So what does it mean? It means what?
Well, basically, okay, is that when they start the urban renewal district, for example, to pay for light rail or whatever,
red ink.
they freeze the amount that the fire district, police, whatever get. The amount of property taxes that everyone gets. But since property taxes continue to increase, it creates money, the quote red ink on that can go to pay for projects.
Oh, I see. So it's actually blue ink because it's extra money that they can spend.
It's not red ink in the fact that
like the deficit.
It's a deficit to the police and the fire. It's not a deficit overall. You know, everything's getting funded. It's just the police and the fire may get funded at reduced rates, and anything else that relies on property taxes and is not guaranteed funding, they might get funded at a reduced rate than they would have if the urban renewal was not implemented.
Okay.
Well,
he knows more about it than me. I don't know what he's talking about.
Well, the goal is that at the end, after the 30 years, the tax money goes up. It's higher, you know.
It goes up.
Yeah, because really the idea is that it would go without the urban renewal, it would go like this. So, you know, but then afterwards, you know, without urban renewal, the tax rate would be here, but with it would be up here.
Right.
But the issue is until the urban renewal is paid off and the amount that the services get, police, fire, is unfrozen, until then it creates an issue.
All right. Well, okay.
But the bottom line there is that the problem is that it's really supposed to be for blight.
For blight. So
for blighted areas, right, where there is a drain on the police. That the blighted areas that are a drain on the police and the fire and other property tax services. But the real issue is that the blight definition is really loose and it's manipulated, whatever. So.
All right. Well,
so
this has to do with TriMet because of the Milwaukee line.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. What else you got? What went on at the big board? What about Fred? This was Fred's last.
Yeah, as I said.
He actually gave the board presentation, or was Neil?
Well, actually, if you watch, they were both. He did, but they were both there at the table.
Yeah.
So
Fred did the talking.
Yeah, I mean Neil did some talking, you know, about the future stuff and some other stuff. First of all, as I said, Bob Richardson was there and actually filmed, and there's like 2 other people that filmed it too. I don't know who they were.
The whole thing?
I think so. I'm not totally sure, but it looked like it.
I wonder why those other clips never make it up anymore.
Well, Bob R's thing is that he's
going to have the interview today? Is that today that he's doing the interview?
I have no idea, but he did say that, well, first of all, that his issue is that his clips are very huge, so it's like hard to upload them.
Yeah, right.
Well, because of the
high
format.
definition and stuff.
Well, and the format.
Right.
But yes, it is high definition, I believe you were saying, so you could zoom in on it, too, and still get. But
that's why I don't use high definition. It's too hard to work with.
Yes, and he says his compression ratio on that camera is not too good.
Yeah.
The others get better. But that he said that was his first little project, and I forget what I was going to say. But anyways, when I came in, they were talking about the contract, and they were saying there's no agreement, and I believe they said that binding arbitration is next. Then Rick Van Beveren thanked Fred. Max now goes to all 3 counties. There's frequent service. Even though there's not 15-minute service currently, and that's been cut back to still like amenities. This wasn't said, but this is my view. There's still amenities, and there's still other things that are better than before. For example, some places on Sundays it was hourly service, and even if it's 17 or 20 minutes, it's still a lot better.
Oh, than what it was.
Yes,
previously,
before frequent service. And he said that Fred's the first guy to wear a pager, which I believe is for that gets used when there's an incident, that they have a page down list that they page out. So
he uses a pager.
Yeah,
he doesn't use a cell phone. He uses a pager.
Well, he might be a phone, but I'm saying I think how it works is that there's a list that they can automatically page, all at once.
Yeah.
Send one message to lots of pagers.
To lots of people. Yeah.
Lots of people, yes.
Lots of people, so you can get all kinds of managers.
Well, and I've seen, if you look at the incident reports, it'll say page sent.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So I'm guessing this would be a case. And, basically, so he hears about all the incidents, or at least knows when there is one.
Yeah. So he can send Mary out. Anyway.
Well, not necessarily. And also they're saying about he mentioned in his report about how they do think some of the increase in Max is because of former bus riders in what was Fairless Square, transferring to rail.
Well, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Where do they think it's from?
Well, some of it.
How can you cut bus service and not expect bus ridership to drop?
I'm saying no. Because I'm saying this was, they're specifically talking about the Fairless Square.
Yeah, well, obviously that is going to increase. Everybody that was riding a bus is going to ride a train.
Well, not everybody. If they have a pass, they can just dig it out.
Yeah, if they have a pass.
Or whatever. Or just walk or something.
Well, everybody that lives in downtown, I would imagine, does not have a pass. Anyway, go ahead.
Anyways, also he said that Max is an asset to the communities, about the weekend ridership. Like on Saturdays, it's almost equal to the weekdays.
The Max?
Yes, the ridership on Max, that shows that it's an asset to the community. That's a Saturday ridership.
Well, nobody said it wasn't an asset.
But that was one of the things was mentioned about him.
But, I mean, the buses still carry the majority of riders. Anyway, yeah.
Well, the buses go to the majority of places, I think, still. But, this is... Now on to his report, he's saying there's 271,000 riders on the Grand Floral Parade Day, which is a record. And that's like their busiest day of the year, and they're the near record on the Starlight Parade. This is also Sue Van Brocklin, which I believe represents this area. Her last meeting.
Oh, good. Too bad. Too bad, Steve. Steve Fung. Sue Van Brocklin's leaving as of today. Yeah.
Well, she's been on the board for 8 years, so...
Yeah, it's too long.
Yeah. And all she was mentioning is she sees a lot of stuff during Fred terms. They mentioned about the safety review. The phase 2 is due late July. They're going through, equipment stuff.
Are they interviewing any operators at all for this? Did they even mention it? You don't know? Nothing. No talk about how they're doing this safety review. Nothing. They're just telling you that it's going to be ready.
I don't...
Because I've never seen them in the field or nothing. I wonder how they're doing it at home.
Well, there's a guy, I don't know.
I mean, you think they would actually talk to operators. That would make sense, wouldn't it? But I don't know how they're doing it.
Well, it's also processes, it's like how they train or whatever.